We're down to number 9. I can't just dream and think and meditate and, sit with myself of, what I want to begin to do and not do it and not put forth effort. That is something that was very true to this Jovanna from the 2020s, from the 2000s, no, from the 2000s. Yeah, Jovanna in the 2000s, that makes more sense. I would just, take notes and learn and be in class. But I never did anything with the notes, and I never did anything with, the information I absorbed. And that, I think, needs to be released. It's like, well, if I learn something, I got to do something with it. I can't just keep it in a notebook stashed away and not refer to it ever again. It's like, well, what point does that have in my life, in our lives? So I want to release that. The fact that I just hoard all this information and then don't do anything with it. So Nike got it right a long time ago. Just do it. If you're dreaming about it, if you're thinking about it, if you're wishing for it, just do it. It'll feel so good. It'll feel so good. I know, because I feel so good on here with you all, and I've been wanting to do this for years and years and years, and I had excuses that I was too busy, or too busy with my acting, or too busy with this, or too busy with that, or truly it was probably just fear. Oftentimes, call a spade a spade. I was afraid, even though I love being in front of the camera. I was like, wow, this is a little, vulnerable. This is a little like putting yourself out there. Oops, I'll keep it clean. But it's like, that's where the cool parts in life are when you put yourself out there. So I really encourage you, and I really invite you to do the things that make you fearful, which leads me to my next one, which is fear. I want to release all that fear. I want to let it go. You know why? Because usually, oftentimes, there's so many different kinds of fears. I'm not about to go into every single kind of, I was going to say freaking, every freaking kind of fear. I'm not going to go into all of them. However, oftentimes, one of the bigger fears that I have felt in the past has been the fear of not knowing how to do something. It's like, that would blindside me. I would be like, oh my God, well, what do I do? How do I do it? How can it get done? How do I start? And it's like, well, there's Google, and there's YouTube, and there's asking questions, and there's other people who've probably done it before you. So, reach out to those people. It's like, figure it out, right? It's figure outable. Which is what ultimately had me start this channel. I just was like, okay, well, I really want to do this, and I'm just going to figure it out. And then I started to get answers to things that I didn't know how to do. So there's that fear of like, how do you do it? How do I go about it? So that's a specific fear I want to let go of, is the fear of not knowing how to do something and letting it deter me or derail me or just stop me in my tracks. So I want to let go of that along with 2020. So the next one is excuses. I'm ready to release excuses. Whether it's fears or excuses, I think we all have a long list of both. And I think excuses is pretty self-explanatory. We all have them. We all think of them very quickly. And in the time that it would take me to conjure up an excuse, I probably could have just done the darn thing, right? So that is something I want to release with 2020, is those darn excuses. Just get it done and get it off the plate. I really want to be more productive in 2021, and I just feel like, prior years I had all these reasons and justifications as to why I wasn't doing what I thought I really wanted to do or what I should have really been doing, and whatever. I'm done with them. I'm really just done with them. So what goes hand in hand with that is I want to release the shame and the guilt for perhaps creating the excuses or, conjuring up these big stories as to why, to myself, actually. They weren't like big elaborate stories to somebody else. They were like big stories to myself. It's like, I just want to release the shame and the guilt that I perhaps engaged in that. It's like, okay, well, you know what? We all have a brain that does whatever it wants sometimes, and I know I'm not the only one. So why am I going to feel guilty about it? It's like, that doesn't make sense to me. It's like, I'm not the only one. And I think at the root of it all, I think that is like such an important lesson. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that feels this way. I'm not the only one that thinks this way. I'm not the only one that behaves this way. I'm not the only one that, responds this way. We all do it to some degree in different capacities. And whatever, I'm done feeling shameful or guilty about being the only one that does this. No, sorry, I'm not. Gone. Leads me to my next one, which is masking or hiding my weirdness. Yeah, I said it. I can be weird. I can be a little weird. And I think we all can be. And I think we all really are truly a little weird, right? I mean, do you have anything, like any idiosyncrasy or any like habit that is like just a little weird? I know I do. I mean, I have a lot of little weird ones. We'd be here all day if I shared all my weird little habits. I mean, forget it. If I start talking about my eating habits, it's like, I love chocolate chip cookies, but I don't like the chocolate chips in the chocolate chip cookies. But I like the flavor of the chocolate chip. So I don't want like a vanilla cookie. I want the chocolate chip cookie. I just take the chocolate chips out. That's a little weird, isn't it? I mean, we all have that kind of like weird something around food. I bet you can think of several of your own, and I bet you can think of several in other categories as well. As can I, if I had gone in that direction. My point is that we're all a little weird, and let's just embrace that. And I love this because I got this in conversation with my buddy Raul Rihan, 725, giving you another shout out because you have some fantastic comments on my Instagram and I just love them. So whenever something triggers a thought or an idea or a commentary from me, I like to establish where it derived from. So thank you, Raul, for being on my Instagram and here as well and giving me so much food for thought. I love that. I love that. So thank you for your beautiful comments. I'm going to take a moment now to just thank you all for all your amazing comments. I love your comments. I love responding to your comments. I love those moments. So thank you for sharing them with me. So please leave me a comment if any of these 20 things are kind of, inspiring you to want to release them. Which one is like, really like, hitting home for you? Which one is really at the top of the list? And I'm also going to say this, that you can pick 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. You don't have to do all 20. Perhaps you don't have to do all 20, in which case, bravo to you. Congratulations if that's you. Oh my gosh, you are just, and put that in the comment if you're like, no, none of these resonate with me because I don't need to release any of these because I've already done that work, or I wasn't raised with that idea or that, limiting belief. Like, write that in the comment because we want to cheer you on and be like, wow, that's awesome, because we're all in different places and I think it's important to acknowledge that and celebrate that. So I would love to celebrate you wherever you are on your journey, and I just want you to share that in the comments below. So thank you. I love comments. And hopefully if any of this is resonating, please just hit a like, hit a subscribe, which is essentially like you like what I'm saying and you want to come back for more, and then you'll just get notified when I come back on. So that's all a subscribe really is. So just subscribe. I really, really want to make this channel grow, and I really, really, really want to, continue to make really cool videos for you guys. And so I hope you consider subscribing. So this next one is like two-pronged, I guess. So I guess it's, you know, A and B. However, it's around expectations. It's around, you know, I want to release feeling the need to do what is expected of me by others. It's like, how do you know what's really like all that great for me? Nobody really knows, and I just can follow my own inner guide to get me to where I'm supposed to be next. However, if I just follow what is expected of me, then it might not be the most fulfilling route, is all I'm saying. And I've done that in the past. And so I want to continue to release that and not worry about other people's expectations of where I'm at or where I should be or where I gotta go. It's like none of my business. So the A part that I just referenced was expectations from others, perhaps that I know, that are like, you know, closer, you know, that I have a personal relationship with. So the B component is I want to release the expectation of what I need to do from like a industry perspective. So I'll give you an example that might be better. So as an actor, we belong to lots of acting sites. There's so many resources, so many amazing teachers and gurus and facilitators, and there's just so many amazing people. And there's some that you resonate with more than others. And there's also acting sites where you have to like belong to them in order to do XYZ, get an audition or whatever. Some of them don't feel that great to me. Some of them, you know, I'm not as connected to them as perhaps I once was. And, you know, maybe I don't want to, you know, say that I don't belong to that group because I'm expected to be part of that group as an actor. It's like, no, it's okay. I wish them well, and it's just not where I want to spend my time or energy. And when I get that email in the inbox, it just doesn't make me feel like, you know, how I really truly want to feel on a day-to-day basis. So if that's the case, it's okay to unsubscribe. It's okay to do your own thing and do different things and go about it in a different way. That's okay. So that was part B around expectations. This is my number one thing that I want to release in 2020, and I certainly invite you to do the same. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? We must stop feeling powerless. Isn't that powerful? It's like 2020 was what it was, but we need not feel powerless because of it. On the contrary, let's feel powerful. Look how much we've been through. Look how much we did. Look how much we didn't do, and we're still here, and we're okay, and we're well. All for the most part. You understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, let's just continue to build on the power, that was the foundation of 2020 for us going forward. And that is just hugely important in my book. It's like, let's look at how much we've grown. And sometimes we're tested. What is that quote? I'm gonna have to put it in. Sometimes we're tested not to see what our weaknesses are, but to see how strong we are. And that is what I want to leave you with. We are strong and powerful, and we can do so much. And look what we did in 2020. And let's just lead with that. If we all can just draw from that inner power of how we got through one of the most challenging and difficult years in recent memory, then we will be okay. We will be okay. And I love this quote. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. That quote got me from Miami to Los Angeles, driving by myself cross country. That was something my agent in Miami told me. And I kid you not, one morning when I woke up, I was sleeping in my car. And when I woke up, I kid you not, somebody was wearing a t-shirt with that quote on it. And I happened to wake up at that very split second that person walked past my vehicle, and it said, "Tough times don't last, but tough people do." Talk about synchronicity. It's not a coincidence. And those are the moments I look for, and those are the moments I invite you to look for in the future, in 2021 and beyond. Because those are the moments we remember. Those are the moments that impact us and influence us going forward and make a difference in us and all of us. So that's what I want to leave you with, is that thought that we are powerful beyond belief. Marianne Williamson is coming up, of course, because Wendy Braun mentioned her throughout the whole course. And not the Course of Miracles. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. However, Wendy Braun, I just thank you. Another huge shout out to Wendy Braun. She is incredible, and I'm just so grateful to her and her generous sharing of her wealth of information, and I hope you'll seek her out too, because it is just mind-blowingly awesome what she teaches. So y'all are fantastic. Thank you. I'm excited for what 2021 will bring. So I appreciate you. I am grateful for you. I wish you the best in the new year and beyond. Thank you so much for being here. I love spending this time with you. Keep safe, keep healthy. Happy New Year, happy 2021, and bye for now.
Ever since the day that you